Welcome to State of the Laundry Industry with Laundry Matt, episode 23, How to Choose the Best Laundry Pickup and Delivery Software. I wasn't planning on doing this episode, but it's in fact so timely and so important, I just have to get it out there. I was working on a customer success story. I've already got it recorded, and I just have to do some editing and get it out. Customers making more and more money. I mean, his numbers are off the chart. I mean, you've seen them before, but I just want to keep showing that over and over again because that is the best way of deciding what software to go with is you look at, do they have successful customers? And you don't just want to see the same one or two or three customers over and over again because they may have vested interest, you never know. But when you see new faces all the time of new success stories, that speaks volumes. And that's what we're focused on here at Curbside Laundries. The reason for this episode is we just brought on a new customer just today. He was using different software, and the software, as a result of a disagreement, the software just got turned off. And so his entire pickup and delivery business just gone. And so I said to the person, I'm like, no problem. Do you have the names and phone numbers of the people so we could send out a text message campaign? We could do an email campaign. Just got to get them back on the horse. And he said, no, I don't have any of that. I wasn't expecting my software to be turned off. Everything is in the software. And it's just a awful situation. It's just totally wrong. Very upsetting. To even be able to offer pickup and delivery, you need to have the entire infrastructure in place. You need the laundromat. You've talked about millions of dollars of loans, and you want to make the best of the opportunity because you paid for the opportunity. It took a lot of time to get to that place. I mean, we're now making over $100,000 a month at Supersuds at our laundromat, just in wash and fold. Okay, so about 30% is in store, 70% of our wash and fold business is pickup and delivery. But it didn't just happen overnight. So if we were at it for years and somebody just hit the off switch, oh my God, that's just horrendous. In the last year, we've had a lot of customers who already were in pickup and delivery. In the beginning, it's just brand new people to pick up and delivery. Now we're getting a lot of people who use different solutions, realize that wasn't getting the job done, and now they're switching over to curbside. So I just want to kind of outline different issues that come up. You want to make sure you go with a company with a track record that's been at it for some time. And there's some brand new, shiny companies. I call it gold-plated. Gold-plated means something that's real pretty on the outside, but the substance is lacking. But at the end of the day, you really need something that has substance that you could trust your business operations to run on. So there's a lot of gold-plated solutions because people realize pickup and delivery is becoming a thing or has been a thing. And so you see new money coming at it, but they may not have the laundry experience. And one of our new clients who was using one of these gold-plated solutions said, the company doesn't appreciate the depth this needs. One of the benefits of us being both laundry owners and software developers is our software has to work because we're laundry owners. If it didn't work, we'd have a lot of problems at our laundromat, and our laundromat is a well-oiled machine. I would say it's really difficult to evaluate software based upon a demo. And the reason being is you don't even know the questions to ask. And even if you do ask those questions, you may not know the downriver implications of some of the design and infrastructure decisions. So I think one thing that really helps protect you is make sure that whoever you go with, that they have laundry experience, that they're using it in-house. So they have first-hand experience of it so they truly understand it. You don't just want to go with a software company, and you don't just want to go with a laundromat. You need somebody who does both, that has a laundry experience and the software. One of the common things I've heard from people who have switched over from other software solutions is they find out, we were the beta testers. So a software company with no laundromat rolls out a new feature and they find out the hard way that new feature doesn't even work in real life. It's like they finally got the feature they're asking for, but it doesn't actually work. One thing we do at Curbside Laundries is we test things as hard as possible. We try and break it before we release it. Then we release it to our own laundromat. We're our own guinea pigs at Supersuds. So we see firsthand experience, and then we tighten it up. And then once it passes the checks and balances, then we roll it out to beta testers. And if it's a complicated feature, we'll roll it out to even more beta testers, and then we'll release it to everybody. So by the time our general population receives it, it's already been through the ringer. One thing to watch out for is when the software company owns the customer and they send the work to the laundromat to process. It's very dangerous. It's not a good business decision because at the end of the day, in that situation, you're just working a job and you're not really building a business. At any time, that company could just take that business away and give it to somebody else. If you're processing the clothes for another organization or another company, that company at any time could change the rate or they could give the clothes to somebody else. So you're helping building up somebody else's business. And those customers are in your neck of the neighborhood. That's why they're having you pick up the clothes. They're by you. You should own those customers. We've had a number of people who were building up somebody else's company, another person's brand. And then they realize this split just doesn't work. And they might have even thought, well, once I get to a certain point, then that split will make sense. I'll be able to make up the loss through scale. Well, it turns out the loss scales too. So it has to be profitable from day one. And if somebody else owns the customer, they have all the power. They could just divert all those leads to somebody else. And it goes back to the first example I gave where the person's software got turned off and now he has to start all over. Your most valuable asset is your Rolodex, the names, phone numbers, and email addresses of your customers. That is your gold. With that, you've got your business. Now, if somebody else owns that Rolodex and those names and those phone numbers, they're the ones who really have a business and you're just working for them. One of my good friends has a saying, your first loss is your best loss. It's better to lose first and then make a change than to keep on losing. So if you did make a mistake, it's never too late to change the road that you're on. So that is so important. And when you change roads, say like you were to change software from one to another, we could guide you along that process. The most important thing is if you do change software, you need to let your customers know that it's still the same company you know and love. Your customers love you, they trust you with their personal clothes. So you need to make sure that when you change software or websites or anything, that the customer knows that it's still you behind the scenes. That's number one. Number two, you need to communicate with them. Sending them out one text message blast, say, hey, we changed software, here's a new promo code. That's not enough. You need an entire strategy. And again, we could help you with that process. So it's never too late to change. And if you're not on the right road, it's only going to get more expensive to change later on. And by more expensive, I don't mean dollar-wise for software. I'm talking about there is friction, there is a transition, and your problem will keep growing as you keep adding new customers. So if you know there's an issue, now's the time to make a change and go on the right path. Something important to consider when choosing the right point of sale or pickup and delivery software is tech support. You need to make sure that they offer the tech support directly. Some companies outsource their tech support to a third party. I used to work in tech support when I was in my 20s, and I remember my coworker giving some bad advice, and I'm like, that's not going to work. And he goes, well, I got them off the phone, didn't I? When it comes to tech support, you want to make sure it's within the company, not just a tech support company, because their job is really to get you off the phone. When you're calling direct to the company, they want to solve the issue. And how's the software company ever going to become aware that there's an issue if they outsource tech support to some third party? Secondly, if you have to set up an appointment for tech support, or if you have to send over an email to get tech support, that's a big problem. Because in wash and fold, or pickup and delivery, this is your business. You don't want your drivers waiting around for an email to come back saying, hey, here's how you fix the issue. You need to be able to pick up the phone, dial, and get the answer. A lot of people lately have been calling us who already have a wash and fold point of sale solution in place, but they're not happy with their current solution. It may not have the features that they're promised. And this one's pretty shocking. And a lot of times, the point of sale doesn't even connect to the printer. So if you've got a Bluetooth connection, that may not be the most stable type of connection, because you could imagine your earpiece, when you have a Bluetooth earpiece, and sometimes it doesn't pair with your phones. Well, imagine running your business on that and then having the point of sale not always connecting to the printer. That's a big problem. And so people just get tired of that. Some of these problems at some of these software companies are so big that they've been told you don't have to pay until your problems are fixed. Now that sounds like you're getting your software for free, but are you? If they're not charging you money, there's a reason for it, and it's because it's costing you money. It's costing you money because think about the opportunity cost of all the customers you're losing out on, especially on pickup and delivery, or just the service when your software doesn't print. So when you get told that they'll give you your software for free, that's a big red flag that there's a big problem. Don't wait until those features come out, because these new features to fix those problems don't come out overnight. We're talking about months or possibly even years. It's good to take a look at where you're at right now, ask yourself if you're happy, and then to decide if we were to make a change, would we make more money? It's that simple. Don't get strung along for months and months and then have those months turn into years and realize we could have really made a go at pickup and delivery. So I really recommend take a look at your current situation, make your decision based on where you're at now, because there are solutions out there that will help you make you money today. I just wanted to share with you a voicemail that I just got illustrating just how excited our customers are and how we're on the right track at Curbside Laundries.
Hey, Dan and I wanted to shout out a big thank you for all the changes that are up and coming. Literally hearing in the car when we were driving back home as we were reading your emails, some of those changes are awesome.
For more information about the Curbside Laundries wash and fold and pickup and delivery solution, check out curbsidelaundries.com.